Dear Canada, it's time for you to vote. Treat it as not optional this time. You must vote. Canada's economy and society are at a crossroads. As you prepare to vote in 2025, here are 10 charts you should see. These facts reveal the real story and not just the latest headlines that have taken over the news cycle. Let's begin. The first is the real GDP per capita. Over the last 5 years, Canada's real GDP per capita has been stagnant or falling. Today, Canadians have less economic output per person than in 2019, and we now lag behind both the US and the OECD average. Rapid population growth makes the overall economy look bigger, but for individuals, living standards have not improved. This is a popular chart that floats around quite often. I'm not trying to be biased, just showing you the reality. Then we have labor productivity measured as GDP per hour worked. It has declined since 2021. With more workers and less investment in technology and equipment, each person is producing less. This means weaker wage growth and a slower growing economy for everyone. Next, we have the household debt. The average Canadian household now owes more than $1.8 for every dollar of disposable income. This means more families are struggling with payments. Soaring housing costs and stagnant wages are stretching household finances to the breaking point. This brings us to the housing affordability, something that everybody is aware of. The share of income Canadians spending on housing is now at a record high. It's hitting the highest levels in 40 years. Young Canadians and newcomers are increasingly priced out of both renting and home ownership. Then comes the unemployment rate. Unemployment has risen to 6.7% as of March 2025, the highest since 2017 outside the pandemic years. Canada lost about 33,000 jobs in March alone, and the number of unemployed people continues to rise. Newcomers and young people are facing tough job markets. Then we also have to talk about the business investment. Business investment in Canada has been falling since 2015. This lack of investment basically means fewer new jobs and lesser innovation. Then look at the economic gap with the US. Canada's GDP per person has dropped from 80% of the US level in 2015 to just 70% in 2024. This gap is now at a 100-year high. If nothing changes, projections show a grim reality by 2060. Now let's talk about immigration. In 2023, Canada welcomed 1.25 million newcomers, a record high. Immigration now accounts for up to 100% of new housing demand in major cities. Canada's policies haven't kept up with the need for more homes and infrastructure. So we see that immigration is high, but what do Canadians really think about this? Let's look at the immigration favorability. In 2024, nearly 60% of Canadians said that there is too much immigration to Canada, the highest level in a generation. This is actually quite sad because Canada is generally very pro-immigration. This marks a dramatic shift from just a few years ago when less than 30% felt this way. Concerns about housing, infrastructure, and the pace of change are driving this new majority view. Finally, let's look at one last chart to see how Canadians feel when compared to their parents. A majority of Canadians now believe that they are financially worse off than their parents were at the same age. This is a reversal from past generations when most young adults felt they were doing better than their parents. Basically, the sense that the Canadian dream is slipping away is shaping how people view the country's future as well. Overall, it's been quite hard to stay optimistic. So these 10 charts reveal the real story. Living standards are stagnant, debt and unaffordability are rising, and immigration policy is not good. Canada needs solutions that work for everyone. When you go out to vote, remember these points. I hope you make the right choice. See you in the next one.